Hello and welcome everyone to episode 81 of the Gaming Duo podcast. I'm your host for this week, Rob Garcia, and I'm joined by co-host Kelvin Rolon. If you are new to the show, we are the podcast that provides profound and engaging discussions on the latest gaming news every Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern Time. We have two very special guests today, Aj and Heath from the Genre Geeks podcast, where they discuss all things geeky from comics, movies, music, and games. Hence the name. Did I get that right?
Nailed it.
Yeah, that's right. Trying to cover
That's
all
AJ
of
introducing us.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for coming on the podcast.
Welcome.
You know, Kelv,
It is our pleasure, man. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah,
This
of course,
is a
man.
ton of fun.
Yeah, Kelv, I know it's been a while since I last saw you. It's been like what, a whole week, if that.
Yeah,
you know?
it's been a whole week.
Been a whole long time, you know.
Yeah.
So I usually like to start open, and I'll start with AJ. Like, what are you playing right now? Like, what is?
So funny question, or that's actually kind of a funny question. So it's not a new game, but
Okay.
when Heath and I got to hang out because we don't live in the same city, we started getting in on the Mario soccer game. And
Strikers.
yeah, and I've been more or less no-lifing that because I secretly, and I'm letting the cat out of the bag. I wanted to secretly get really good behind Heath's back and him not know, and then just freaking tear him
Smash me.
apart next time I go back in. So I've been doing a ton of that. Mario Strikers has been my game of choice as of late.
Awesome. What about you, Heath?
For me, just two games in rotation: League of Legends and Multiversus. That's all I've been doing.
Awesome. Let's
Music
go.
to our
Back and forth.
ears.
Yes,
Awesome,
absolutely.
man. And Kelvin, last but not least.
I've been playing a little bit of Multiverse here and there. I've been playing a little bit of Death Stranding. I just finished beating what's that game called on Switch that I just finished beating?
Neon White.
Neon White. Thank
How
you.
did I know that? Come on.
I know. Neon White. And I just finished beating that. That was fantastic. I actually recommend it. It's pretty cool. And other than that though, I've just been kind of like dabbling with a lot of games. I still haven't finished Stray, which I think I should finish it tonight. But yeah, I'm just kind of picking up some games and just trying to finish them as I go. So yeah.
How are you enjoying a Death Stranding?
I
I love the game, so go ahead.
Which version
Come on.
are you playing?
Be
Is
So
it
as brutal as you
director's
want,
cut?
but I
Is it
absolutely love the
normal?
game.
I'm playing
Yeah.
Director's Cut on PS5.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
And so I enjoy what I'm seeing so far. I'm probably like 7 hours in right now,
Mhm.
and it's fun. Or I shouldn't say fun. I'll take that back.
It's
It's
not fun.
interesting.
What a
not
great
fun.
sell.
It's not that it's not fun. It's very interesting because I understand the concept of what Kojima was trying to do, and I understand the lore that he's trying to like kind of bring out. I'm just not really interested in the walking part of like getting
The
from
whole
point A
game,
to point B.
basically.
From an outside perspective, yeah,
And
isn't that the
and
game?
it is 100%. And I'm just like, okay. First of all, the menu, in my opinion, is convoluted. There's a lot going on, a lot of menus, a lot of like text, and it's just like I just want to get from point A to point B. How do I get there? And they just throw a lot of
That's the
things
whole
at
game,
you.
though.
I know,
From A to B.
but it's interesting when you actually start progressing and start moving, and then you
Yeah.
start getting your motorcycle. Like those things are cool, but I feel like it's more fluff and right now as I'm playing in the 7 hours that I'm in, I'm like I just want to get to the story bits, and I just want to really dive into the characters and see these cool action sequences. But maybe I don't know, maybe because I've been playing these games that are just very quickly like quick pickups and plays
Right.
and just like short little like Stray, for example.
Mhm.
This game is just kind of like it drags in a good way because obviously it's like an open world, it's a Kojima game, so it's hard for me to like really clench my teeth in there and just be like, yeah, I really want to invest that much time in this, you know?
I get
Is
it.
it
fair.
because I don't want to say you're jaded, but like, are you comparing it too much to like Metal Gear?
No, I'm not comparing
You're
it to
not even- you're
anything.
going there? Okay,
No, I know
alright.
this is like a completely different take for Kojima. I know, this is a new project for him, so I'm going in, just open-minded. But I have to say I'm not like blown away by what I'm playing right now. I think the graphics are amazing. The concept of it is awesome. The storytelling, everything that Kojima does in production is there.
Fantastic.
But I don't
Gameplay.
know. I'm going to give it more time because I think I just have to give it more time for me to actually be like, okay, this hit. Like now,
Bro, you're
I'm like
7
really
hours
invested.
in and you're still not sold.
I'm not sold yet, man.
I think
I'm
he's
not
just
sold.
playing it because he's a Kojima fan. Like he just
Yeah.
loves the guy that he's like,
Yeah.
I gotta do my, I gotta pay my dues and I have to play your game. Like,
And
Right
then
there
it
with
gets
you,
me. It just gets me a little upset because I know his. I mean, it's been rumored that his next game is going to be Death Stranding 2 or whatever he's working on with Xbox, and so I'm like, cool, but I kind of want you to do something more like actiony, more
Metal
like
Gear.
Metal Gear Solid. You know what I mean? But I digress. It is
I just
what it
want
is.
whatever Silent Hills adaptation
Silent
thing he
Hill.
calls
Oh,
it. Just give me
man.
that, please. That's all
Just
I
give me
want.
that.
The
Yeah.
biggest
Do one for you.
travesty
Give
in
give one
gaming.
for us. Yeah.
Right. So before we get into anything, Rob, I know you're the host this week, but I listened to your guys' episodes. I listened to a few episodes, and the very last episode that you guys did, you guys had a take in the beginning of like just straight up food, right? And I was
Sure.
all in. I'm like, all right, this is fantastic. AJ, was it AJ? Somebody
Probably.
said the Chinese food, when you eat Chinese food, right? Like that's
Yeah.
like your shit, right?
Absolutely.
But the fortune cookies, it just doesn't hit. And I'm like, hold up. Fortune
Now,
cookies
I
smack.
defended fortune cookies. I think that was Darren.
Darren.
okay,
Darren,
okay.
that
I
was
would
Darren.
never
Don't take-
ever
yeah.
say that fortune cookies smack. Like they're okay.
Dude, I literally
they
eat.
don't slap.
I
like-
ask people like, hey, do you want your fortune cookie? Like if I go eat some at work and like we order Chinese food, like, hey, do you want your fortune cookie? Because I'll just eat the fortune. Like
That's
I'll
wild.
just eat the whole
It's
fucking
good.
thing, dude. Like it's fucking
That's
good.
wild, man. I don't know about that.
It's
Yeah.
good, man.
I was so confused. I'm like, wait, no one like people don't like the fortune cookie? Like I don't understand. You know what I mean?
It's a little like whatever cooked sugar.
It's
It's
like a
basically
little
just
treat.
a sugar cracker. It's fine.
yeah, it's cool.
It's
I
like the
don't-
opposite of like, do you want your pickle? It's like he says, can I get your extra fortune cookie? You know?
I just didn't understand the hate. That's all. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
don't take our. That's why I when I asked if I could bring a friend, I brought Heath, not Darren. He's we have roles on the show, and Darren is that's his role. He has his strong takes on food and movies and things that are. You gotta have a little spice in your food every now and then to make it interesting, you know.
That's fair. That's
So-
funny though. But yeah, that was interesting. That's all.
So Heath, I know you said you were playing Multiversus, which we're going to talk about later in our news. But
Mhm.
you're playing League of Legends. What role do you typically play?
Right now I'm mid main Akshan.
Mid. Oh, okay, nice.
Akshan mid. Yep, that's where I'm at 90% of the time. If not, that I'm doing Mordekaiser jungle.
Okay, and are you noticing like more longer load times than usual, like to get in queue?
It is getting longer, yes.
Right. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit too as well, and I've been like, I just got destroyed. Actually, I played the match today, and I got messed
Demolished.
up by demolished. Yeah, I also played the new champion Nyla. I think her name was.
Yeah, she's great. Like
Yeah.
she sucks for a new character because usually they're so broken when they first release that you're like, holy crap, what was Riot thinking? But this Nyla is just like she's kind of mediocre, just kind of
Yeah.
there.
I've yet to see a good one, so I guess
Yeah.
it's a good thing, right? And AJ, you say you're playing Mario Strikers. How's
Yes,
the
sir.
online hold up?
So I haven't gotten to play online yet. That's something
Okay.
that I've been trying to get in on, but that's actually me and Heath and the guys are actually looking at getting a Nintendo family plan thing to be able to start doing that. But based on a lot of the videos and stuff that I've been seeing, it's okay. Nintendo famously doesn't have the best online servers, so if you learn how to, play while filling underwater, then from what I understand, it's all right. I think it's the same servers as Smash Bros. So if you've tried playing Smash Bros online, then you
rough.
know the general feel of it.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
fix your online, please.
Yeah,
Come
get
on,
rollback,
seriously.
cowards. Come on.
Cowards.
Exactly. But guys, let's jump into the news roundup of the week. We have 3 pieces of news this week. The first one being we have a new open world Black Panther game coming. It looks like we're getting a new Black Panther game, according to industry expert Jeff Grubb. He's very renowned in the industry, so usually take his words seriously because he knows his stuff. And these are the
Okay.
juicy tidbits from that. It's going to be a single player game. It's open world. Apparently was inspired by Jedi Fallen Order. It's going to take place after Black Panther dies and you're training to become the successor. So it's not sure if you're actually T'Challa or not. And it's being produced by EA. Gentlemen, I'm going to start with Heath here. Should we be worried about it's being produced by EA?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
I think they say
all
it's-
right.
They're saying it's inspired by Jedi Fallen Order. I think they just said, what's our one good single player game? That's the game. Yep, that's the game we're drawing from for sure. That one.
They could have
Yeah.
said Souls-like, and it's like, no,
Anything.
Fallen Order. Remember, we made
No,
that one.
we made one good game. Remember? No, after their whole tweet about their whole like she's a 10, but she only likes single player games. Remember that tweet that EA did?
Yes,
Yeah,
they did.
yeah.
Dude,
Stop,
they can
stop.
suck a dick. Like I'm not gonna play this game probably.
100%, dude. 100%.
Stop, bro. What about you, AJ? How you feel about this?
I mean, look at. I don't think EA has the best track record for this kind of stuff, so
Right.
I'm inclined to. I used to ask me 10 years ago, I would have been all right. Let's give it a shot. But at
Fair
this
point.
point, they need to earn our graces back.
Mhm.
I think open world Black Panther could be dope, but maybe in someone else's hands, like say the team that made the PS4 Spider-Man game, like someone who has that kind
Insomniac.
of exactly that
Yeah.
kind of clout to be able to pull that off well and not. When I hear EA, I immediately okay. Well, how much are all the DLC packages going to cost? How much
Right.
are all they gonna? Are you going to put that T'Challa and all that stuff behind a paywall? Like what's
Yeah.
what's gonna happen?
Right,
in the game?
exactly. Like, but Kelvin, how do you feel? Do you feel the same exact way, basically, that you know?
Yeah, I mean, we're all kind of on the same page here. I feel like EA has this known just repetition of like, hey, we're gonna make this game. But to be fair, all right, EA has done some pretty shitty things, right? But they've also gave us Titanfall. They've also given us Jedi Fallen Order. They also given us It Takes Two. So they
That is
have
true.
they
Very
have
fair.
good games, and they're. I feel like they've improved in the last couple years slightly, but regardless, regardless, you hear EA and you're like, I don't know, man. I don't know about this, but I think you should be worried because I don't know if EA is the right play or the right company to make a game like this. It's going to be an ambitious game, right? And you're taking a game that not only is a MCU game, but it has a lot of like, not history, but there's a lot of like Black Panther, right? You're when I think of Black Panther, I'm thinking about the soundtrack, right? So it has to be like a really cool like hip hop, but also
Just Kendrick Lamar, the whole. That's just
right,
I mean, that's
exactly.
the whole game.
And
That's
I don't know if EA can or knows, or like I feel like they're kind of disconnected in that sense, you know. So I don't know if they can actually perform well when it comes to really giving players what they want when it comes to a Black Panther game. And the open world part of it seems interesting, but you know how each superhero, like each MCU character, has like their thing, like this, like Spider-Man. The Spider-Man games on PS5 and PS4, the swinging is phenomenal, right?
Mhm.
What's Black Panther gonna give? Like, is
You know,
it
ride rhinos and run
you're
real
gonna-
fast?
right?
Exactly.
Right, but like, are they gonna really like make that gameplay like perfect that gameplay? You know what I mean? And I don't know if EA is the company to do that.
Okay, let's take away it being produced by EA. Now, are you guys excited?
No, it's sad. I'm more excited just by that pitch.
Yeah,
Sold.
sold. That's
Where
it.
can I invest?
See, I think that they have to be very careful here with Black Panther because what's happening to Black Panther right now is similar to what happened to Spider-Man back when we were kids, right? When the first Spider-Man movie came out, like that was like the it superhero. I feel like right now Black Panther is becoming that it's superhero, especially after that, you know, the first movie came out, and now the second movie's coming out in November. So
Sure.
I think they really do have to tread carefully on how they, present this game and how it's going to be received, because I really do think a lot of people do cherish Black Panther compared to a lot of the Marvel characters. I think a lot of people hold them special to, close to their heart as far as that goes. But speaking of, I know you're comparing to Spider-Man. Do we see something that it's going to be more like Spider-Man, or is it going to be more like the Avengers game? Because there actually was a DLC with Black Panther in it. Do we see it kind of being like a mix of both? What are you guys thinking?
I'm not really sure. I feel like Spider-Man was monumentally more successful, so I would imagine that's what they would try to strive for. The Avengers game, air quotes, worked in whatever kind of light you want to put it in because it was an ensemble game, so you got to have a whole team, pick between
Right.
whoever you wanted. Focusing Black Panther, I would hope that they would build every ground up, everything tailored towards that Black Panther experience. So the landscape, Wakanda, being able to parkour throughout the city, I'm sure is going to be an element of it. That's stuff that I feel like is going to lend more towards the gameplay of Spider-Man.
Yeah, totally agree with that. Like inherently with open world, you want to be like more Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's like the bar they set. Like they have to at least shoot to achieve that. And I think you're totally right, man. You got to make all the gameplay mechanics fit in the realm of Black Panther. Like everything, you should be able to run, climb, all kinds of parkour, awesome, cool stuff. The combat needs to be like Batman-esque and really cool, fluid.
Yes.
So I can only hope that they're shooting for a Spider-Man-esque game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I think a Spider-Man-esque game would be the way to go. Otherwise, I don't know. It'd be cool to see a Wakanda like environment, a Wakanda world, right? Like that's never really been done before. Like some type of like, I don't know, like African kind of jungle looking area. So I think that would be really cool to see. I don't know. I mean, EA's it's a hit or miss. We'll see what they can do. I mean, I feel like MCU or I just feel like they wouldn't have trusted them with this title, with this project, if they didn't think they could actually do something good with this. So
Deliver with it, right?
exactly. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited
Good
for the
point.
game regardless. I mean, I know EA, but is it going to get delayed? Probably.
100%. Yeah, I
I
think
think
so.
the
the
success
trend.
of this next Black Panther is going to be a huge part of it. They're gonna
That's
the second
fair,
if this
yeah.
movie's a hit, you better believe they're going to rework a lot
Yeah,
of
all
that game from the
hands on
ground up
deck.
to tie it back into the.
What'd you
the
guys
successful
think
parts
of the first
movie.
one?
Loved it. The
Yeah.
movie?
Loved it.
It's incredible.
Awesome. I mean, I'm not sure if it's Oscar worthy like it was, but great.
Sure,
I loved
sure.
it. It was
Yeah.
really good.
It was a great film.
I enjoyed it. I thought the cinematics were a little weird, but I don't know if that was just me or
CG I thought was pretty lackluster.
Yeah,
It's
it's
rough.
weird.
The last
Yeah.
fight
The
is
end,
like,
too.
whoa.
Yeah.
the last part. Yeah, okay. I'm so I'm on the same page.
The last
yeah,
fight,
yeah.
the rhinos, they all looked bad.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the CG for Black Panther was much better in what was the Civil War?
Yeah.
Was much better
Mhm.
for
Oh,
him
yeah.
in that movie than it was in the actual full fledged.
For sure.
Absolutely, you're right.
But enough about Black Panther, guys. Let's move on to the next news piece. Knights of the Old Republic is on hold. The remake is indefinitely on hold due to firings of the two games directors, according to Bloomberg, another reliable source. Here are the juicy tidbits. The remake has been in development for over 3 years. It was originally targeting for the late 2022 release date. Now the developer is saying 2025 is more realistic. That sucks.
That
Asper's
sucks.
parent company, Saber Interactive, is currently assisting with the game now. And this quote that the CEO from Saber Interactive said, I'm like, this game is so screwed. This game is just done. So here it is. We are fully confident that the game is going to be fantastic, but it's a massive, massive product. And massive products require a lot of effort and a lot of time to make good. Duh.
Yeah.
And especially when you're talking about a game that's already old, very old. We've basically had to remake that game from scratch.
Oh God.
Like I was
Okay.
Blitz. He was so
Right.
You
he's just
can't.
drunk or
You know, we've
something,
all been
yeah.
under the mic and just had an utter
Words are
brain
hard.
fart. You realize you're halfway through your sentence. You're like, oh God, I've been talking this whole time.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, I mean, who's just like it's a remake. Like that's what it is. We
Right.
have to make this game from scratch. We have to remake it because it's super old. Yeah. No
Yeah.
shit, buddy. Like, no shit. That's what a remake is. What do you think? It's gonna be a copy and paste it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
See, I
sucks.
took this as a different approach. I took this as they were building this game, and whoever the above powers saw this, and they're like, "Yeah, this isn't what we want you to make. Like, this is not good." And they're like, "Oh shit! All right, so now we got to like really start from scratch and like start over." So I don't know if this is like from them saying that from their project, or if it's like the higher up saying like, "Hey, like this is not," because you got to think like Sony. Like they have a certain caliber of games that they want to hit, right? And this being a PS5 remake, I think it's exclusive, right? I think it's pretty much been
I don't know.
known.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I'll look it up, but yeah, keep going.
I know Sony introduced this to us at some point, but I just feel like Sony or whoever was like, yeah, this doesn't look good, and I say that because if you look at what they've done in the past, so I'm gonna click over and see, so.
We're looking over at Saber Interactive.
Yeah, for those that are listening. So
sorry,
we're looking at
Asper,
their
right?
website right now. Yeah, so they've made Star Wars Force Unleashed, but not the original one. This is from the Switch version.
Oh,
So
okay.
cool, whatever.
Yeah.
And then Star Wars Knights 2, which from what I heard, it wasn't as good as the first one.
it was good, but not. The first one is legendary. The second
Right.
one was pretty good.
Right. And then I see Myth Force, I see Republic Commando, Star Wars Racer. So they haven't really done anything of like, and I'm thinking of the Old Republic remake as like the Last of Us remake. Like that's how I'm envisioning it, right? So
Mhm.
Mhm.
I don't think they've done anything of this caliber. So for me, in my head, I'm envisioning, okay, they presented something, the higher ups didn't like what they saw, and now it's like, now we got to start from scratch.
Maybe.
I'm always worried about that stuff, because if you're gonna take this ambitious project on, and this is a game that's near and dear to a lot of players' hearts, you better make sure you put it in the right place. Like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so that to me is, I think, baloney. In my opinion, I think that, again, it's a big company, and like, to say that this is probably might be a cash grab too for them, right? Is like, we're using the name to
Right.
do this, but they kind of were like, oh, this is actually bigger than we thought it was actually going to be, and now this is where they're at. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys agree with like Kelvin, or do you guys agree more with me as far as like where these guys are at?
First of all, are you guys Star Wars fans at all? Like,
Yeah.
Oh,
what's
yeah.
your take? Okay, all right,
Big time.
Yeah, big fan.
okay, just making sure.
I kind of think of is more like Kelvin. I think like they were making it, they're in the process, and they're like, yo, this is like too much copy paste. Like, off the top of my head, what I'm thinking is just like they made a game like so similar. Like, this is outdated. This doesn't feel new. Like, they have so many things to draw from for inspiration, like the new Final Fantasy VII remake, where they tried something new as well as upgrading everything. Like, everything's better. The gameplay is better, in my opinion. They made it more modern, and I think in their mind they wanted that, and they might have been going down the route of like, let's just do a copy paste, new
Right.
assets, but same game.
Yeah, just make it look prettier, and that's it.
Yeah, there's maybe like an internal dilemma of like, what do we want here? Do we want a different game, or is it going to like shun the old fans? Like, what do we want? I think that internal dilemma is probably what caused this to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I wonder if, because you guys remember that GTA remake trilogy dropped, and then everyone threw a huge
try to
fit.
forget about it. Yeah.
I'm wondering if
hilarious.
that I'm wondering if that played a part of it, because it's like remaking is so, you can go the safe boring route, which I mean, if it's cash grab, just go safe and boring. It's gonna,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, that's fine.
Right.
Yeah.
As a different like style choice, stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure, because we live in a great age now of fantastic remakes between RE7, I'm sorry, Final Fantasy 7, and then like the RE2, 3, all this, and the 4
Four's
that's
coming out, yeah.
which I'm super hyped for.
Me
Yep.
too.
That I feel like I'm trying to figure out, I don't know exactly what part went wrong, because it's like they're this deep in the remake and now they're shelving it. It's like, what was it, a fundamental problem?
Right.
Did the direction get away from itself? I have no earthly clue, but I'm
Yeah.
personally a huge fan of just let it bake. So if it's not ready, I'll wait till 2025 for the Old Republic. I love that game so much that I will wait as long as it takes for them to get it right. If they got to scrap the whole thing, all right, let's do it, because this is a great game that they're remaking.
And so that was my question. Like, so you think 2025 is where we're going to see this?
If not later.
I would.
I
Think
would imagine
later.
later. You think it get knocked out in 3 years?
I think 2026.
Once they have the assets,
The
it's just
earliest.
like it's gonna start
I'm saying
snapping
late
together, but
2025. I'd say late, like leaning towards
Holidays?
2026. Yeah,
I'd
holiday.
take that bet too. Probably holiday time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. That sucks.
it is,
Yeah.
like, for sure.
So this isn't the first time though that like recently we've heard of like someone taking an old game and messing up the remake. Like, I think me and Kelv talked about Prince of Persia.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Remake.
Yeah.
That also, like, it was made, like they were working on it for some time, and then they saw and they're like, nah, this is bad.
This doesn't slap, man. We gotta redo this.
Right. So I don't know. I really hope they right the ship with this. And again, like you said, guys, like, I'm willing to wait however long. We've waited this long to get this.
Mhm.
What's
Mhm.
another 3 years? I mean,
Just play the
granted,
original for now, and then when
Exactly.
it comes out,
Right.
it comes out.
There's plenty of ports you can get on that you can find. It works fine.
Right.
Yeah, and you were right, Kelv. It is a PS5 exclusive.
It is.
So-
Okay.
That's kind of
Mm.
cool. I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to the integration stuff.
When
that
I
they
get a
can do with
PS5,
it.
maybe.
Yeah, dude. I can't wait.
PS5 yet?
I can't get one, man.
Dude,
I
it's
can't get my
he's
hands on
trying.
one.
It sucks.
So
You have one, Age? You guys both
yeah,
have one?
AJ.
AJ
Okay.
has
I
one.
do. It
didn't know
sucks. I have it, and it's 95% of the time it's just a 4K player for me. Because I watch so many 4K
Really?
movies, I very rarely play a game on it. And then Heath is like just dying to play all
To
of these
play games.
PS5 games. Yeah, it
So
sucks.
you're still using 4K like deep like actual Blu-ray
Oh
players?
yeah, I'm a
Okay.
big collector of that.
Okay.
I love
Oh,
physical media.
interesting.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, if I can try and get you guys a PS5, I definitely will try, because I think I actually went to my local Target, and I just, like, for shit, because my other friend was looking for one, and I just asked the host, him, like, do you guys have any PS5s? And he's like, let me check for you. And he's just like one in the back, and I was just like, what? Is that easy?
Am I
It's
gonna
really
do this
hard
right
like
now?
the back.
You should have just
Am I gonna
laughed at
do
you.
this right now?
I've
Yeah.
never gotten this far before.
Dude, I will always remember. It was like November when the PS3 came out, and I'm like, I think it was like Black Friday too. It was funny. I'm trying to get into
Is
like
when you got a bullet in your chest for the PS3?
Jesus.
what?
Is that time where you got
Sony
shot?
better send you a
Your
free
PS3? I'm just
console.
kidding.
I never
Yeah,
got
I was like,
shot,
whoa.
Rob. I don't know
Screw
what
everything
you're
else
talking
when you hear
about.
this story.
No, this is not as crazy as that. I just literally went to my local Walmart and I asked for a PS3 if they had some in stock, and she literally laughed in my face. Like
That's
literally
actually
just
funny.
completely
that.
laughed in my
You
face, and I'm
idiot.
like, I never felt so disrespected. It was just
It's that bit
crazy.
from Jingle All the Way when Arnold Schwarzenegger asks for the Turbo Man and they all just start cracking over the toy store. It's like, do you think no one thought to ask already, man?
Right. Yeah, I was
Right.
dumb, young
But
and dumb.
the guy, he actually went back and he's like, hey, he's like, no, we don't have any right now. He's like, but they come like every 2 days. So just like come back
Dang.
every 2 days. Like we keep getting them in. And he's like, if you want, you can just call and we'll hold it for you. And then just
Like,
come
you
pick
can't
it
just
up.
hold it for me and
Yeah, you can't just like
Right,
do me
right.
a
Let the
let
solid.
the guy
I
at
don't
20 or
know.
something,
Yeah,
man.
right,
man.
exactly. But next time I go to Target, I will ask for you, Heath, and see
Hey.
if they'll have it, and I'll ship it out to you. So that's a
That
promise.
would be dope.
See?
man.
You always ask, like, what has podcasting brought us? This. You
This
might
is it.
finally get your hands on
This
a
is
PS5.
it.
All right. Well, enough about Star Wars, guys. We're moving on to the last news piece is Multiversus. Characters are already seeing buffs and nerfs. We had a Multiversus open beta earlier this week, and we already got nerfs. Taz, one of the several characters who the internet wanted nerf ASAP, is because he had a spinny move that was very reminiscent to Super Smash Bros. Brawl's Meta Knights, where it was just like, it was like invincible, and it was just had this crazy
Just
priority.
OP, yeah,
Right.
super
Mhm.
OP.
So they already nerfed that, and I'm like, that's actually pretty crazy for a beta already to just like put up the patch for characters right off the jump. I'm not really going to go directly into the patch notes. It's specifically more about Taz, like we want to balance him, yada yada. But we also got LeBron James as a new character, which is insane.
Talking about the fans demanded it. Thank you.
Right.
Their voices are heard. We
And
got
guess who's my main?
This is what we
CG
wanted.
LeBron.
LeBron, baby.
100%.
Right. So
Oh,
I'll open up
man.
to Heath, man. Like, you've been playing Multiverses. What do you think so far?
I actually enjoy it. Like it's fun. Like the online is miles ahead of Super Smash Bros, which is sad. But I can actually play online. I can actually get in the game.
That's the
and it's not
platform's
super
fault.
laggy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Nintendo's
That's
fault.
sure.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I actually get to enjoy that part. The game itself, like it has its issues for sure. Like there's like no defense. It feels like you're just constantly dodging and attacking, which I guess leaning more into the being offensive is funner and cool. But they also didn't balance it by making your characters so damn slow. Not having a dash is really weird to me. Like it feels off. Like if you go from Smash to this, it feels so slow. Everyone's walking animation is a snail's pace. It feels like, other than dodging, which covers like the entire damn map. It feels like.
Interesting you say that. Rob and I were talking yesterday, and I was like, this game feels much faster than Smash.
Really?
And Rob was on the opposite spectrum. Playing the game, like I just feel like we're dodging like crazy. Like I just feel like there's no like delay in attacks, that you're just doing all these attack moves, and it just looks like a fucking Dragon Ball Z game to me. I don't know if my eyes are just
Interesting.
fucked, but
Yeah.
that's just how I see it. Like I get what you're saying, Rob, when it's like, no, definitely Smash is a lot more fast paced, but like I feel like because the animations take a certain amount of frames to
Yes.
kind of go, then it makes it slow, but for a reason. That's the purpose. Like
Yeah.
that is the reason why they do that. Whereas Multiverse doesn't have frames. I feel like it just like you press the button and it does that attack. And so if you're playing head to head and you're attacking each other or you're dodging each other, like it just makes it look super fast paced, in my opinion.
It's
don't know
definitely
if you
double-edged
guys feel that
sword.
way.
Is because I definitely agree with you. Like another complaint for me going from the two is like Smash Bros. I feel like you can cancel anything into like a move or a dash or something. This one, everything's very deliberate. If
Mhm.
you're doing a smash attack, you're doing that smash attack. It goes through
You're
the
stuck.
full animation,
Mhm.
and that's it. It feels a little bit awkward, like with like you're doing a combo. It does that 3-hit combo. It's like Superman has like a multi-hit combo.
Yeah, that
Once you're stuck
punching-
in that,
yep.
you're
can't get out.
stuck in that damn animation.
Yeah,
Right.
That kind of stuff really bothers me, and I feel like it interrupts the flow for me.
100%. Yeah, I agree
Yeah.
with that.
Have you
Gotcha.
played AJ at all? Have you been
I
able to get
haven't.
into it?
No, I haven't gotten yet. I've been looking forward to it. I've been looking at all this stuff. I'm excited to play it. Who out of curiosity, because I know I love the roster of it. Who do you guys main thus far? I mean, it's still pretty fresh.
I'm Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman right now.
That's great.
Mm.
I love them.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn's my shit.
I've been messing with Finn and Superman right now, but I haven't really found my main yet. I really vibe with Shaggy because I think he's just ridiculous. Like, he could go like
insane. Super
what is it
Saiyan.
called? It's not Super Shaggy. It's
No.
It's got
Ultra Instinct.
Ultra Instinct Shaggy.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
hear Matthew Lillard said that's canon with Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
I love everything about that sentence. It's so great.
This is
God
why I
bless
love
Shaggy.
Multiverse, man, because it's just so like you thought Smash was insane with like having all these weird crazy
Dude.
characters combined, but like I feel like Multiverse is making that much more like that step up above that for some reason. Like
When they
having
put
LeBron James, like it's just
yeah.
like it works still. You know what I mean? Like it actually does work. It's crazy.
When they put Arya Stark in there, it's like that opens a floodgates. Like, what
100%.
else is possible?
Yeah.
Not even that.
Right.
When they made their own character, what's
the
the
Rain Dog,
character
whatever
called?
it is.
The Rain Dog.
Yeah.
Like that opens up anything. So now they can just create their own characters now
I
at this
mean,
point.
Iron Giant being in the game is pretty nuts, and they kept him
Yeah.
massive, which is pretty crazy. So
I love that so much.
Rumors, like I said, AJ, there's Godzilla might be in the works soon.
Yeah.
So
It's a Warner
I mean,
Bros.
how does that make you feel? Like, are you gonna
We're gonna get
definitely
that Neo
jump
from
on?
Matrix.
It's AJ bait, man. If the second if Goji pops up in this freaking game, I'm buying the stupid whatever platinum thing with all the box, all that stuff, whatever points. I'm like, God dang it! There's
And you
two
don't-
bullets
you-
that'll kill me: RoboCop and Godzilla. Dang it!
is
Oh,
RoboCop
jeez.
owned by Warner Brothers?
No, that's I forgot who owns it now. They had that remake a couple years ago that tanked, and no one wants to
Paramount?
touch it.
Paramount sounds
Maybe
right.
It
Paramount.
might not be. I don't know. I
There's
really
like
couldn't tell.
5. It's like Disney, Paramount.
Well,
I don't
RoboCop was
know.
in MK, so there's some rights that are willing to play.
There you go.
Play
Sure,
games
sure.
and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe that's why I bought MK11. So
All I know is I'm having a great time with Multiverse, and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon as long as they continue to just update the game like they're doing now
Yeah.
with the patch notes and just kind of releasing game like characters more and more. Like it just seems like a refresher to what we've been playing recently, you know. And I love Smash, don't get me wrong, like Smash is my go-to forever, but this game just feels a little bit more casual in a sense, but also having that competitive edge if you want it to be that way as well.
yeah, I'm pretty sure the team behind it. They correct me if I'm wrong. Are they the Slap City guys who did this one?
I think
Recall?
so. That sounds right. I
They-
would say.
I don't know.
I don't know if it's them or they did the Nickelodeon one. I can't recall which team. I
No,
know
they-
No, this is
I
not
think
them.
this is a brand new
Oh.
studio, if I'm not
It's
mistaken.
players first.
Yes.
Okay.
Players first. Something.
Can you look up what they've done? I don't want to speak ignorantly about it, but from what I understand, though, this team is they're passionate gamers, and especially when it comes to fighting games, which I love. I love fighting games. That's probably one of my favorite game type genres, and it's the community. There's never been a great kind of casual community that's gotten to exist besides Smash, frankly.
Right.
And so
Wow.
I'm hoping this could be that.
AJ, you were onto something because it is their first game.
I'm
Slap
pretty
City?
sure they're the Slap
It
City
is.
guys.
It is
Yeah.
their first game, which is pretty insane that this is their
Yeah.
first game, and they're doing a pretty
This
good
is
job.
this is their first game as a company, but they're a bunch of developers from different takes from different
Mhm.
companies.
Right,
So
right,
they've
right.
I'm sure they've dabbled with a bunch of other games. I was reading some of like the like you know the developers that they have in there, and they've worked on some pretty epic stuff. So this is just their first take on like a massive game like this. It's free to play too, which is kind of crazy. But like
Mhm.
you said, Heath, like this game like runs pretty well online, and it just seems like it's the full pack. It's not quite there yet because obviously although the character selection is robust, it's not that. It's only like 14, 16 characters.
Right. Yeah.
But with time, I want to see this game a year from now and see where it is. You know what I mean?
Who do you want? Like, who's like the dream character?
Mm,
Should we go there now?
we should go there.
I want to see Johnny Bravo.
Let's
Yeah, oh,
go.
That'd be
I
great,
want to
dude.
see him,
Let's
dude.
go.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Just
yeah.
I
flex
want to
on
see
him.
him just like ripping off his shirt and just like, like
Man, I'm pretty.
Do the monkey with me.
it's like a spike that sets people freaking burns them immediately.
It's just like
I
a
don't
Donkey Kong
know.
ground pound.
I don't know who I would want. Like, there's just
Really?
so many
Yeah.
characters.
That's
dude.
true.
I don't
You could have
know.
Harry Potter in the game, which is kind of
Right.
insane, which is
Right.
ridiculous.
That's
That is crazy.
ridiculous, but is actually very possible.
Right.
Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm thinking about just like
Mm.
all the Cartoon Network games or shows that I've been watching.
Ooh,
Yeah, I don't know, but I can imagine this being insane, like with characters.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine, and the fact that they have like their original voice cast too, like that just
That's been crazy,
adds
yeah.
on top.
That's
That's
of it.
monumental.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. Not even that they have the original voice cast, but the characters actually interact with each other.
They
Like,
do,
not
yeah.
Like being like, I'm gonna beat the crap, or like Aya says to Superman, like you're gonna hit a little girl or something like that. Like,
Do they have like the
Superman.
like Mortal Kombat type intro?
They
at
do,
the
yeah.
beginning of it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dope.
It's really
That's
cool.
super cool.
I
It's
think
little
I love that.
details.
I think my character that I'm pretty confident is probably going to be there, Samurai Jack. Like I need
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's a good
easy.
one.
That's a
very
that's a
good
shoo-in.
one.
Sick.
that. And my wild
That's a
card
very
one
good one.
is Pennywise.
Interesting choice.
Interesting.
I feel like we'd see him in Mortal Kombat before we see him in this, but I don't.
Yeah.
They're brilliant because when it comes to Smash Bros, you have that kind of like, oh, they have to be adjacent in some way to whatever. With base because they got Arya Stark. The second adding her is like an Iron Giant stuff. Anything. Who cares? Whatever company is willing to play ball, we will throw their character, no matter the maturity rating,
Yeah.
into this game. I'm down for that. That's so good. Oh, I'm so excited for that.
It's
Yeah.
actually pretty insane, like the amount of IPs that Warner Brothers has right
Yeah,
now.
it's
Like
nutty for sure.
we're talking about Adult Swim, Cartoon Network, DC, New Line Cinemas. Like there's just so many different ones that I'm just like reading off the jump. Like you have Austin Powers.
God.
Pause the scene in Space Jam 2 and just look at the crowd. That's all
There you
that
go.
any
There
of
you
them
go.
can be in the game. You can have
100%.
the rapists from Clockwork Orange that was in the front row at a kids movie. I don't want to
Yep.
ever let
Right.
anyone forget that happened.
What?
Anything. The world, yeah, the Droogs from Clockwork Orange. They are horrible, evil rapists in the movie. That's
Yep.
the point of the movie. Front row, screen time in the middle of Space Jam 2, New Legacy. It's
Right.
bad. So
And for
Jesus.
you guys, they can have more Mortal Kombat characters as well.
They can, yeah.
You know,
I think
let's
Ed
do it.
Boon would be down to do it.
Oh, of
Oh.
course, dude.
I think he'd be
Woody
down.
though, because he'd have to tone it down.
Nah.
There,
think you
well,
would for this.
there
I
was
feel
the
like you would.
DC versus MK, which was a toned down thing that no one
Mhm.
really liked. So
Right.
Injustice 2 is kind of more, friendly.
I guess, yeah, I guess it could work. It's going to be very hard for me to like be Scorpion and do the harpoon and stab.
No blood.
Yeah.
just
Yeah,
confetti.
exactly.
Yeah,
It's
the
like-
snow blood comes out.
That could be
Let's-
fun.
yeah, we'll see. Well,
That's good.
AJ, you basically have to download Multiversus now and come play with us, and it's gonna.
Yeah,
be
I'm
yeah.
sold. I'm in.
We'll do a gaming duo versus Genre Geeks, and we'll live stream
Ooh,
it.
that
Let's
sounds
go.
awesome.
That is probably my favorite thing about the game is that take on it being like almost like, a
2v2.
yeah 2v2, like very team based. Also, there's like tanks and bruisers and like different classes type thing. That's a really awesome take on this platform fighting game like that.
Yeah, and it separates it from Smash, and that's
Oh, big time.
Right. Like you actually want to think about team comps. Like for
Yeah.
example, you wouldn't want to be two tanks. Like maybe Superman and Wonder Woman wouldn't be. It made you like second pick your pick. Be like
Mhm,
maybe I should
mhm.
pick an assassin instead.
Right.
know?
Right.
And
I know
Rain Dog
Rob-
has that insane like yank back. You know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's
yeah.
nutty.
Yeah.
Like he's like off the map and you just like yank him right back on the stage.
hmm
Mm.
Rob and
Yeah.
I were playing 1v1, and he was saying how it just didn't really feel that it just felt secondary to what the game is really supposed to be, which is 2v2.
Yeah.
I kind of
Agreed.
disagreed, but I get
Oh.
what he's saying because it is like a 2v, kind of like the whole concept of the game is like 2v2, it's
Yeah.
having like that partner with you. So, but I get it. But I also enjoy the 1v1 aspect to it too.
Mhm.
Well, guys, that concludes our news for the week. We're going to move to in-game chat, where we're going to talk about Genre Geeks with these guys and all about the podcast.
Woo.
So
Let's do it.
for in-game chat, we just want to interview you guys.
All right.
AJ and Heath, just tell me, like, how was your podcast board? And Kel, jump in whenever you want. This is just basically like an open forum.
I'm
like, ask
jumping.
us
I'm jumping. Don't worry.
any questions you want. And I'm just going to ask you, like, how did you guys start your podcast? How did you guys meet? Give me the whole,
Meeting is an interesting thing. So
Oh yeah.
me and Heath met because we happened to work at the same job, like college, high school time.
Okay.
We met each other. we were both very big dorks and nerds, and it was a natural. We just became friends pretty quickly. Darren and I, my other co-host, went to high school together, and I slowly brought him into my more nerdy friends and circles and stuff. And so the funny thing is our podcast, Genre Geeks, this is not the original cast. Heath was not originally part of the cast. We had a different guy, and we knew we were missing an element in the show. So around episode like 30 or something, I knew I wanted Heath on. So we brought him on, clicked right away. So we kept him on, and we trimmed the fat because we ended up having like 6 people on the show at one point. It was just too much. So we trimmed it down to just me, Darren, and Heath.
Okay.
And that was I think that was for the best. I feel like we really caught our stride when it just became the 3 of us. And that's when I feel like we really became the Genre Geeks.
Awesome. And so you guys have like AJ, are you considered like the technical guy, like kind of like for the show? Like, are you doing mostly of the audio stuff? Like, do you guys have
He does
roles?
everything. Let's just be honest.
He's
the host.
And that's fine. That's my role. I'm a production guy. I have a background in like I have a film degree and stuff. I do video work, and so this was the reason I even started a podcast was I moved away from our hometown, where the 3 of us lived at that point.
Okay.
I moved to Houston, and so away from them, and then Heath also moved away, and so I wanted, which I feel like this is the same kind of thing for a lot of podcasts nowadays. We wanted to keep in touch, and so we can play video games and stuff all night, which is fun. But I had the problem of there was nothing really to show for it by the end of a night of fun. But, we didn't have a concrete thing, so you could in theory be like, oh, we wasted our night. We didn't do anything that productive. A podcast, we still get to hang out as friends, but then we have a product at the end of it that we can use to meet people who in theory can get Heath a PS5. Again, let's just keep our fingers crossed. All right.
This
is also not our
this
first
might be
outing,
it.
too.
This might be it.
This is also not our first outing too. Like, we used to have those nerdy guys.
Yeah, we had a
and
YouTube channel, and
we did a bunch of stuff back then in college.
Yeah,
Nice.
I have that passion for production and creating something, and so the longest outing we've had is Genre Geeks, and so that was a big thing. So why did you guys, same kind of thing, like just the inception of the show, like what was your story of just deciding of let's hit record and record our conversations?
I mean,
Rob?
you hit it nail on the head. Me and Kelvin would literally talk on the phone for hours at a time, talking about these things, talking about games, talking about what is this game going to be like, or what did you think about this move, and Sony did this and all this stuff, and we're like, why don't we just like record these conversations? Like we always are talking like. So then we're like, the light bulb went. I'm like, podcast, that's a thing. We can do that.
That's a thing. We can do that. Yep.
I love that. It's that tiny little sprinkle of narcissism. They're like, other people need to hear this, man.
Right.
Exactly.
Conversations
exactly
are
what it is.
good.
Well, similar to you guys, like we were trying to find like what like our identity in a sense, right? So we first started off as the Project Tech Gaming podcast. So we had a completely different name, completely different logo. We were actually more so like on the YouTube side of things. So we were doing like videos for like techie stuff and like reviewing like GPSs and all this weird stuff. And obviously on the game, we were doing the gaming side as well. But then we were just like, all right, this is too much to juggle between 2 of them. Like we need to kind of like find our niche and decide what we want to be. And so we like scratched everything. We kind of started everything from scratch. We changed our logo, we changed our name, and then we kind of focused on games, which is obviously what we started originally,
right?
The whole podcast. And so that's why the Gaming Duo podcast came to exist.
Awesome.
You know how I knew it was like time for like Project Tech Gaming to be gone and stop talking about tech? We did live streams, right? So we did live streams for like E3 and all that stuff. I did a live stream for one of the Apple events, and I was like, I'm done.
This is
Just killed all the fun.
Yeah. That was
That'll
rough.
do it to you.
That was it.
I was at work watching Rob. I'm like, oof, this is rough right now. I'm so sorry. But on top of that, it got like flagged, right?
Of
Yeah,
course.
it got
For
like
real?
copy. Yeah, you can't like record that
Copyrighted.
stuff. Apparently, I don't know
yeah.
why. It's weird. I don't know.
God forbid the word
Music
gets out
and
on
crap.
that product.
Yeah.
Right. So there's that.
Um,
So for you guys, like, all right, you guys talked about how you guys started your podcast. What's like you tell everybody what your niche is. Like, what do you guys talk about? What's your podcast about? And just kind of lay it out there for everybody.
I wish we knew. We don't freaking know.
Ah.
Apparently, it's about fortune cookies and Chinese food, and
That encapsulates it.
Like,
yeah.
yeah,
That's the
it's-
spirit of
it
it.
started with nerdy news, like you guys, like it overcompensating just all nerdy news between comic
Sure.
books, movies, and games. And it really started like we started realizing we're talking more about our personal lives and doing these weird, like dumb tangents became the main focus. And we're like, let's just lean into that. Like, let's do nerdy news,
Yeah.
but base that around us just talking as friends.
Mm.
So let's just be goofy and let's just be like as if we're actually in the same room together type conversations.
Right.
Instead of, putting it out there with the knowledge that we're saying some stupid stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Shenanigans is the right word for it.
Shenanigans, yes.
It's fun, stupid stuff that if you're into that kind of flavor, then you're gonna enjoy it. That's the nerdy news and stuff is kind of like the bucket that we throw everything in. But
Mm-hmm.
if we have to talk about fortune cookies, then we're gonna take a minute and talk about fortune cookies, and then we'll talk
Well-
about San Diego Comic-Con.
Well, that's the thing. Like it actually is entertaining. Like you guys make it entertaining because I'm listening to your episode and I'm just like, I'm like 40 minutes in. I'm like, holy shit! Like we're
40
still
minutes
on
flew
the,
by. Right. Exactly.
we're still on the conversation of food.
Yeah.
Like this is awesome. Like you know what I mean? Like we're still talking about food. Like one of my favorite things to do. So,
I'm
like,
glad you enjoyed that.
so it's like
There's a percentage chance in my head. I'm like, I wonder if this is working. And then I'm like, all right, they're into it. Awesome.
no,
It's
it
genuine.
definitely
That's
works.
why it works.
It
That's
depends
why.
on how you kind of like lay it out, and you guys definitely have like this chemistry amongst each other. So it's fun to like just hear you guys banter.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm glad.
I think I was listening to you guys, your last podcast about Thor: Love and Thunder.
Mhm.
Yes.
And it was really nice to be able to see like everyone's perspective on everything. And it was just like very just like boom, here's my perspective, boom, here's my perspective. But it was in a way insightful, which I got from it, which was nice
All
because
right.
it's not like I hated this movie because of this, but you gave reasons as to why this direction didn't really hit or something like that, and you kind of bounced off each other. So it really, again, like I said, made the podcast move, made it flow more free, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Speaking
really
of Love
glad
and
you took it
Thunder,
that way, yeah.
what like I know you guys watched it. I'm probably the only one that hasn't watched it
Mhm.
yet. So what's your take on it? Because I'm hearing so many different things. I'm on the spectrum of not watching it because I didn't like the first one.
You didn't like
There's
Ragnarok?
two, right? There's two.
okay.
There's,
Right?
There's
this
four.
is the fourth.
There's four now.
There's
Damn.
four Thors.
There's
Yeah,
four.
well,
It's
in my head, there's just two, but there are
There you go.
technically
Headcanon
four
is different.
Thors. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the last one, Ragnarok, I thought
Mhm.
was not that great in my opinion. See, this is the thing.
Then avoid the movie. You're not going to like it. It's not better.
Okay.
just don't watch movies. That's better.
That
Fair intake.
fair enough. But this is my thing, and I'm probably completely out of this. But for me, when they lean too hard on the comedy stuff of things, that's where I get turned off.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Ragnarok obviously definitely leaned towards that, and I'm assuming this new one, Love and Thunder, did the same
more so.
thing. So
More so.
Oh, yeah.
that's like I don't want the comedy part. Like I understand the comedy aspect to it at some point, right? But when you're leaning too hard on it, I'm just like, yeah, that I'm not following you.
Okay.
That's a director and writer thing. Taika Waititi, the director, I think he wrote it too. Yeah, he definitely wrote it. Who did Ragnarok in this one?
Mm.
That's his thing. If you know anything about Taika, so if you've seen
Right.
What We Do in the Shadows, if you've seen
Jojo
Jojo Rabbit and stuff like that's
Mm.
comedy is his thing. And if you're into it, you're gonna love it. I liked Thor. I loved Ragnarok. I liked Thor: Love and Thunder,
Mm.
but I don't judge anyone who's not into it just because it's such a strong flavor
Sure.
that you're gonna love it or hate it. And so if you're
Right.
just not into the wackiness of,
Right,
of
exactly.
his style,
Mhm.
you're not gonna enjoy it. So I'd avoid it then. If you didn't like Ragnarok, you will not
You
like
will
this
not like
one.
nope,
this one.
nope. This is
Okay.
way.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's
I
full
will
tilt.
say, not really spoil anything, but there was one scene where they did the colors, like the black and white.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
Zack
insane.
Snyder scene.
That
yeah,
was beautiful. That
Pretty
was
sick.
They did a
I
good job
loved
on
it.
that. Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
I'm in the camp where Marvel, they can kind of do whatever they want at this point. I'm probably
Just can't
gonna
miss.
watch.
Just gonna watch it.
I'm just gonna watch it. Yeah,
Made for life. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it.
They got us.
Did you guys enjoy the movie? How do you feel about it?
Yes, I enjoyed
Yes.
it quite a bit.
Okay.
AJ less so than me, but we both enjoyed it quite a bit. Yes.
Yeah. Good. Doesn't have to be great. I
Right,
think I had
right.
Letterboxd. They gave it a 3.5. Like, it was
Mm.
good. I'd watch it again. I saw it twice, so I'll watch it again.
Okay.
Second best Thor movie.
Yeah, I'll give you that. So I know we don't really get that many guys that like do this thing, like, talk about movies and genres and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of like eating this up. But I did listen to that podcast about Love and Thunder, and I heard you say Eternals. You did not really. You thought it was like one of the worst rated movies.
That's another one that I haven't watched.
And I actually enjoyed that movie.
Okay.
And I can see why people hated it. But why is it getting so much hate? Why is it people are just like, it's one of the worst Marvel movies ever? Is it because it doesn't feel like a Marvel movie?
I appreciate different. And I've been speaking for the last, at this point, 2 years about my fatigue with Marvel, where it's like, okay, same movie every time. I mean, I'm a major comic nerd and stuff, so I'm in, but I'm not happy about it at that point. So I like, I forget who directed it. It's the same chick who did Middleware. It's at Oscar. She won like Best Picture the year before. It was a distant Marvel movie, which is I'm okay with, but the decisions in it were very boring. I'll just be right. It was boring to me. A lot of the stuff didn't play into each other. We were promised an ensemble movie, and it wasn't an ensemble movie. We were told we're getting Buff Camille, and he was in it for 5 minutes, and then like in the third act, he's like, "And hey guys, I'm out of this movie." And we're like, "But I came here for you." He's like, "Oh no, I'm out of this." It's like, okay, that's fine. So yeah, and just lots of decisions that I feel like you can do a different kind of Marvel movie, but there are still tiny elements that should stick around, like good action, for example, for me. That's what I want from an Eternals movie. And the most vanilla sex scene ever. How are you gonna brag? First sex scene in Marvel, and it's the most PG-13. We're not moving. He's on top of her, kind of, and they're like, "We're not moving, but it counts."
That's what it is. Yeah.
They just wanted that bragging point.
Right. Well, we have what's that show now? The Boys. We have the Boys now for that type of stuff.
The Boys is good.
Yeah,
I'm down for the Boys. This is my
so
shit
good.
right now. Like, I love the Boys. I'll eat anything that they give me right now with the Boys. Like, that's where I'm at right now.
Did you hear about that we'll never see Kojima Boys game that they were talking about?
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it, but apparently no one else did on the podcast. So
There's only two of you.
Fine. But yeah, man, that's interesting. Like, that could have been something spectacular, but I would have played that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what is your favorite genre? Let's go with games first.
Games, okay.
And then we'll do movies. We'll do round robin here. So whoever wants to go first, what's your favorite genre?
I'll go first. I would say mine is action RPGs.
Ooh.
So like The Witcher 3, Morrowind, or like any of the Elder Scrolls really. That's usually where I tend to like gravitate towards, and I put like tons of hours into those games. That or just straight RPGs. Like, I'm a huge fan of old school RPGs. If you talk about Final Fantasy or Earthbound or any of those, I'm here for it anytime.
Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna throw one your way. Tales of Symphonia, big Tales guy?
I do enjoy it quite a bit. Yes. I haven't played the newest one though. What was it called? It Tales of what's the newest one? Arise. That's it. I've not played that one yet. It looks pretty sweet though.
I played the demo. If you played the other ones, it's the same thing in a good way. Like, it's not bad.
Yeah.
Like, if you know a little bit about Tales, then this is right at home.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, AJ? What's your favorite gaming genre?
I wonder if this counts as a genre.
Okay.
Would you count? I'm trying to find the right way to articulate cinematic solo, like single player games. Like, I'm trying to
think
like
of
Last of Us.
Last of Us, God of War, very cinematic feeling.
So movies.
Sony. Good narrative.
Yes.
Sony
narrative.
Sony is what he's trying to say. Yeah.
That's hilarious. You may have actually solved my problem.
Sony. That's it.
Because also, like, I'm thinking, what's that other one with the chick with the bow and arrows and stuff, with the future of the robots and stuff in the
Horizon?
Yep, another one I love. So it's like, that might just be a Sony thing for me.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
I like those, and
and yet you don't play your PlayStation 5, which is
well, I will be playing. I made you deal with Heath. I'm like, dude, I'll tell you what. After God of War Ragnarok comes out, because I ordered the Mac Daddy edition, it's paid for in full now, which hurt a little bit, but I'm very excited.
You
for
got
that. The Jotnar.
You got that one? Oh,
yeah.
So I bought the collector's edition because when I went to go get it. It was sold out already. I was like,
Oh,
damn,
Really?
I missed my window. Yeah.
I
you
didn't
can't
know
get
if that was going to be a thing. Because we had the conversation between Heath and I. I'm like, oh, tomorrow I'm going to go pre-order it because it comes out tomorrow. We didn't even know the price the day before. And Heath was like, yeah,
Dude,
are you going to like go on the
go
website
early.
or anything? And I'm like, I'll just go to GameStop. I just waltzed into GameStop at like 11 a.m. or so. And they're like, yeah, pre-order. So thank God I had no idea it could sell out like that.
Yeah, I think I got it the day it came, it was like it hit like, but it was like later in the evening because I just remembered it because I was like telling Kelvin, I was like, yo, tomorrow I got to make sure I wake up early to go like on the site and pre-order it. And then by the time I remembered, I was like, no,
That's
no.
insane. Oh my
So-
God. Yeah, I guess I'm lucky then. I'm happy. I tried to explain that to my wife, where she's like, what did you just drop $260 on?
Imagine
I'm
me
like-
explaining my Steam
game.
Steam Deck to my wife when I pay
Oh,
like
dude.
$500, dude. I'm
Like,
like,
it's saving me. Look at the value this thing's getting.
Yeah.
I told her, I'm like, it's my favorite. God of War 2018 is my favorite video game, singular. Like before that, it was
Wow.
Arkham City and stuff. God of War captured me. I'm like,
Wow.
it's the sequel to my favorite game. My wife misunderstood. She's like, so how do you know it's your favorite game if you haven't bought it yet?
So
I'm like, oh no, this is the sequel to it. She's like, so it could suck. I'm like,
No.
no.
I mean,
Is it
come
possible?
on. Like,
No.
sure, it could, but like,
Yeah.
just give me this. Just let me
Let's not
have
entertain
this.
that idea. I'm like, I don't do drugs. I don't cheat on you. Let me buy this
Thank you.
nerdy crap. This is
I'm
my
always
one
life.
home.
All
I
right.
don't go out. I
Yeah,
don't go to the club. Let me stay here and play my video games, please.
I cannot go out chasing girls. I'm at home playing with my giant Mjolnir that I'm going to be
Right,
swinging around the house.
Right. Interesting that God of War 2018 is your favorite God of War or your favorite game.
Yeah, across the board.
so good.
That's awesome. Like that's really incredible. Part 2 is you're gonna probably love it. I
hope so.
want to play God of War 2018 soon, relatively soon before this one comes out, so I can revisit the game again and I can kind of just I mean, it's been a while. I played it when it first came out, so I want to revisit it and just see exactly what I played and what I missed, what I didn't miss. So I'm excited to dive back in there.
Have you gotten to play it on the PS5 yet, where they upped the resolution and the frame rate?
No, I have it downloaded. I have everything all set. I actually turned it on and started like the first opening scene when he's like cutting down the tree, but I stopped. I was like, you know what? I have Death Stranding still. I have Stray coming out. Like, let me just leave that for a little bit later because
Good
God of
move.
War, God of War's still coming out. Like, I think it's November, so we still got some time.
Oh yeah.
He's over there being like, fuck you guys, be able to play your
Yeah.
God of Wars on your
Dude, there's
PS5.
so many
I'll
games.
beat
I
it
have, like,
twice,
on
and then I
complete
told
hold.
then like you
Like,
can
I-
borrow it after.
I have a catalog of like 12 games. I'm just not playing until I get a PS5. It hurts.
You're
You
gonna have a
should- you have to
catalog
wait.
though. you know?
Yeah, dude.
Just
You're
give them
gonna be able
PS
to
Extra.
install some stuff. There you
And you'll,
go.
like,
Yeah, buy that Mac
Yeah.
Daddy subscription service.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, it's worth it. I will say that it's worth it.
I know you guys are obviously big into movies, and we're not really a movie podcast, but San Diego Comic-Con just kind of hit like
Yeah.
2 weeks ago. What'd you think of the announcements for Marvel? Were you guys a fan? Not a fan? Phase 5?
I'm a huge fan for sure.
Phase 5.
Like Deidre was saying, they got me by the balls now. So whatever they put out, I'm gonna watch it. Like it's in the
Mhm.
bag.
Thank you, sir.
but-
May have another. Yeah.
Exactly. The biggest announcement that came out that had my attention was the new Avengers films we're finally gonna get 6 months apart, King Dynasty into Secret Wars. Those are incredible comic book like stories, and I definitely want to see it at the big screen. I'm super hyped. Not to mention Fantastic Four and Spider-Man supposedly being in it. So
Mm,
count me in.
yes.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm in.
I feel like everything that AJ is in, he's just not like excited. Like
regrettably-
he's just like hates. He's like, yeah, you put something in Godzilla. I'm in, man. Fuck. Like, all right,
He's a
here's
slave.
my
He's
money.
a slave to it.
He's
you
a
know?
slave, bro.
People are like, you can just stop watching. I'm like, no, I can't. Like that's not even conceivable action I can do. I can just stop watching
Just
because
the
Marvel's
weakest
doing
resolve.
the thing. Yeah, because next year they're doing it where there's never going to be off season for Marvel
God.
starting next year. So
Insane.
a show's over, movie comes out, and then another show starts, and it's just, and that's just Marvel. That's not counting the Star Wars stuff and all the other.
Right.
I'm like, gosh, yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be good. It's just I'm preemptively worn out
Sure,
with
sure.
everything that they're gonna be doing.
I'm nervous, man. Like I haven't. I mean, I'm way behind now at this point. I haven't. I've been missing a lot of the story beats to it. So I feel like they're just adding more. Phase 5 and 6 actually does seem interesting to me, and I'm actually really excited to see what comes out of this. So now I'm like, now I have to sit down and actually watch everything that I've missed, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
now I'm so
Yeah.
overwhelmed, So I don't know how I'm gonna do
Mhm.
it, but I think I will at one point.
It's gonna be so hard to just like sit down and on your couch and go through all these nice Marvel
tell you, man,
films. You know,
torture. It's gonna be torture, dude.
It's a commitment for sure. It's a big commitment.
Yeah,
Exactly.
watching Love and Thunder, I'm just gonna fucking kill myself. It's like-
my whole thing about like Marvel, it like kind of grinds my gears, right? Is like people were like Phase 4 sucked, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, you just had Infinity War and you had
Yeah.
like Endgame. Like, how are you gonna top that? Like, you can't just we had freaking the Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
No Way
like,
Home.
people forget that. Like, that was in Phase 4. Like, that was
Right.
pretty ridiculous. So I'm definitely excited for Phase 5. I think it's just gonna be like Phase 4, but like on crack, and it's good stuff. And Black Panther game is gonna get delayed. I know that 100%. So.
Yeah.
100%, dude. 100%.
In defense of Phase 4, I agree. I agree it's not their best, but we also have to understand that this is a recalibration phase.
Yes.
Where we had, think of Phase 1. We're introduced to the 4 Avengers that we're, led the movies, and Tony's gone, Cap is gone, Thor's still around, but Black Widow's gone, Hawkeye's kind of here still. Like, there's a whole new cast of people, and so we have to take that time to just build a new cast. That's why I got Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, Shang-Chi. We've got the Eternals. Like, we are introducing the concept of a multiverse, which is massive. This is the more boring part of the job. Is, we get to enjoy Phase 5 and 6 and stuff later, but Phase 4 is we got to start doing our homework. We got to start rebuilding our cast.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And I heard you guys enjoy Miss Marvel, right? You guys
Yes,
had
it
a
was
pretty
great,
good time
actually.
with it. Yeah,
was
so
really
I might check that out. For me, Miss Marvel seems interesting, so I'll definitely check that out in a bit.
Absolutely.
So I'll end this with just like the interview for you guys, but what's the like end goal for your podcast? Like, where do you see you guys in like, give you 3 years? What do you want to, how do you want to be viewed?
That's a great question. One that I don't think of. I have my calendar for the year in terms of guests book and plans, appearances. It's like, I haven't thought past that. I mean, we've been doing this off and on since late 2019. We started really taking it serious around time Heath joined, where we hit every week we record at least once. At this point, you are our fourth podcast, my fourth podcast this week. Between our main show on Monday, we talked about Nope. I interviewed a writer / comic artist, and then here we are with the fourth appearance. So it's I don't really know. I mean, everyone has, I think, that idea, that dream of like a job. I'd love for this be my job. I mean, that'd be awesome. But honestly, my goal for the next 3 or 4 years is I want this to still be fun and grow. I'm not going to put a unrealistic number on it or anything, because I don't focus too hard on the numbers. But the biggest priority to me is I feel like the thing that makes our show different, and not so much different, but makes our show something I'm proud of, is we have fun. And so I never want to lose that. I want it, if this is our job and it's not fun, then it's just a not fun job. That's not cool.
Sure.
So
It's just right back where you were at. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we've had a few like talks before where like we need to keep it interesting and fun. Like, as soon as someone's like, "Hey, I'm out," that's whenever we gotta like start recalibrating and be like, "Hey, if you don't want to do this week, we understand. We'll fill in somebody else." And we wanted to keep being fun, and we've always made it a point like this is simply to be together as friends. It's not going to take priority over anything else other than us being friends. And we stop being friends because of the podcast, then let's just call it off. And so like AJ makes a good point where he's always like, we obviously want to shoot for the stars. You always want to be as big as possible. Otherwise, why are you doing it in the first place?
Right.
But it needs to be fun for us. And I feel like if it's not fun, it also loses a lot of that charm where people don't want to listen to it at that point.
Right.
If that charisma is gone, then yeah, what's the point?
Yeah, you guys nailed it. Go ahead, Rob. Sorry.
I was gonna say, like, legit, you guys kind of remind me of like a more casual, like, Attack of the Show. Do you remember that show back on
That's
G4?
one of the best compliments I've ever seen.
That is incredible. That's my favorite freaking thing. And
I'm gonna pull that
damn,
quote.
you come back. Actually, they are coming back. Or they are back, right?
They're back
in a weird way.
Yeah, in a weird way.
But I could see you guys having all these different like segments and talking about all these different things and like pop culture and all these nerdy things. I think there kind of needs, and I talk about this like with almost everybody, but it's like there needs to be a place where like nerds can go and just like nerd television. Like I think G4 was kind of like ahead of its time.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
If it was live right now, murdering,
God,
it would slay the competition.
Yeah.
Right. And I think streamers kind of took that place. right, of like the gaming culture as far as like the media we consume for it, as far as like, you know, viewing and stuff like that. But I think with all of these podcasts and a lot of people doing this stuff, I think we're gonna soon see a shift being like, this is gonna now be a thing again. And I really do hope. I know, who's the guy that does the Game Awards? Forget his name.
Jeff Keighley.
Keighley. Yeah. So like you see him, like he took something that was literally a joke and now it's like a legit, it's like the thing to watch now for games.
Yeah,
you know?
100%. Yeah,
Especially with E3, they being gone. He took over pretty much.
Apparently they're coming back next year.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
Fingers
I'm
crossed.
excited.
I'll say.
But yeah, you guys also remind me a little bit of us too, because we started this off because, you know, we explained it, but we kind of just want to talk and just kind of build a you know, show off or talk to people and just discuss what we're talking about on a daily, right? And just kind of like put that out there for everybody else. I think what we want to do is build a community, right? And I think that what I love personally is just talking to people, even on social media, even on just like, it's weird to say that because like I'm not really like a social type of person, but like I love discussing about what I love to talk about, right? So if it's anything about games, if it's anything about like pop culture, like things like this, like I love discussing and just shooting the shit, talking. And that's what like I want to do. I want to build a community that they love to listen to us. They want to talk to us. They want to, you know, discuss all the stuff that's happening in the gaming industry and just kind of build that community to just have fun and just, you know, just shoot the shit, just talk to people. And I think that's what we're trying to aim for.
That's definitely the biggest surprise out of this, is because like AJ has this unique ability to like just find people to talk to. And I'm a huge introvert. Like I would never in any circumstance talk to people. Right. And here we are chatting with people besides this I would never know or meet, and it's incredible. So that's the biggest surprise and the coolest thing from the podcast.
Yeah, and it builds your character, dude. You like me being on camera, like if I were to talk to you about this like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, no, Rob, you know, like I was just like I didn't even want to post on my social that I was doing a podcast, a gaming podcast.
Yeah,
because I was afraid
choir with Heath.
Yeah, because I was afraid that people would like make fun of me because I'm like this 29-year-old, 29-year-old talking about games. Like, who are you? Like now I don't give a shit. Like now this is what I do. This is what I love to do. So it's like this is it, you know. But it builds you as a person. It builds you as a character. Like you just you find yourself in a way, you know, and it just improves your social skills for people that don't have those social abilities.
100%, man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, again, thank you guys so much for like being on the show. But like before we go, we have 2 fun things.
Yeah, we're not done yet. I'm gonna eat. Yeah. I've been eyeing these like.
Yo, I saw that.
I gotta eat the first time that you haven't attacked.
I ate like 4 before the episode, so
I would be so distracted the whole time, just staring at me.
I just didn't want you guys hearing me like chew on this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just make it ASMR. Make it part of the bit.
And then this one's with the Leinenkugel, so I'm like, I kind of want one of those right now. Like, you know,
you can attract a whole weird audience, man. I promise you, they're out there.
And there we go, talking about food again. There you go, full circle.
It always comes back.
Yep, full circle.
So let's do a little bit of like would you rathers.
Cool.
All right. I'll do the first question. Who would you rather have save you from a terrorist attack? Sam Fisher or Solid Snake? Let's start with Kelvin.
Who would I rather have?
This is
all right. Here's the thing.
Question. Here's an easy question.
No, it's not.
This is so easy.
All right, think about it. Solid Snake.
Mm-hmm.
Was he ever in the moment? Did he have any idea what was going on in Metal Gear Solid? He was always every sentence that came out of that guy's mouth was like, Metal Gear? Huh?
What?
Who's that? Like he had no idea what the fuck was going on. And I just feel like he just doesn't. He's just going on, and he's just doing what he needs to do. He just has no idea what the fuck's going on. I would pick Sam Fisher.
You're crazy.
I'm just saying, man. Sam Fisher has he has a definite like motion. Like he knows what he's gonna do, and he's gonna do it, and he does it. That's it. You know, he doesn't ask questions. He knows what's due.
Solid Snake through and through, man. I'm a Kojima stan. Any second, like I'll give him a little bit. Thank you for saving me. Here's a rim job. Like I'm there.
Right. Literally. The dude took out a freaking tank, like a freaking tank with a gun on it, like the Metal Gear Rex with his with a rocket launcher. Like he just did that. Like Sam Fisher's gonna do that? No, he's not doing that shit. No.
Did he ever save anybody though?
That's my point. I'm Team Fisher as well, just because I feel like Sam his focus will be take care of you, get you out. If it's me trying to
that's
get
fair.
out, that I feel like Snake, you might be crippled, and then he's like he's freaking throwing you up in a parachute, yanked up by some ropes
Fireman
and
carrying
stuff.
you.
Exactly.
You're in the
I'm
sky
trying to
with a
get
bunch-
saved, man. I'm just trying to
Chucking you in
be
the trash cans, like hide in here.
Yeah, right.
Well,
like
all right, that's fair. Okay, if we're trying to talk about getting saved, all right, yeah, that Sam Fisher takes it because he like get me in and out nice.
he'll be a little more
in and out,
gingerly.
man. He's not gonna ask questions. He's not gonna be confused about what's this. Like, he's just gonna do his job and get me out.
Exactly. Solid Snake, there's two ways I can get you out. It's quietly and then pulls out the rocket launcher and blows.
Right.
It's like,
Or jump on my mech. Let's go.
exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Second question: Would you rather who would you rather have as a sidekick? Atreus from God. I already know AJ is saying that right now. Or Ellie from Last of Us. AJ, which one are you picking?
I'm going Atreus, but it's not because Atreus is. I don't want Ellie every 10 seconds going like, "Geez, Joel," like, "Geez, AJ," just because she sees me picking food up off the ground and eating it, and she's just judging me. I feel like she's a little too judgy. All right, I need someone who's.
That's fair.
I feel like Atreus is a lot more like, "Oh, that's wise. There must be a reason why he's doing that," trying to impress me the whole time. I
He's
need
a
that
yes
kind
man,
of.
man.
Yeah, I need that kind of boost from my sidekick.
Although Atreus, I don't know, man. There was that part in God of War where I hated, where he just, I don't know, he just turned all like teen kid, like annoying.
Great
yeah,
point.
I'm just like, dude, like chill the fuck out. Like, you're still a child. Like,
I don't
calm
have
down.
a God
you know what I mean?
complex. I am a god.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, calm down. Like, you got a little bit of power going, and now you think you're all that. It's like, chill out. So I don't know. I think Ellie's more down to earth. Like, she's like down to business. Like, she understands, like, you know, she's been through shit. You know what I mean? And not to say Atreus hasn't either, but like Ellie has seen some shit. So I feel like she'd be a perfect sidekick for whatever comes our way. Like, if, you know, someone's trying to kill us, or if she's just trying to, like, you know, get us out of somewhere, like she'll know what to do. She has instincts, you know.
Good point.
I agree. I feel like Ellie's resourceful, but more
Yes.
importantly, she's also a very good companion.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the more important part, is like relationship wise, be a cool companion. And Atreus is, spoiler, he's Loki. He's gonna stab me in the back. No,
Right.
I'm good.
Maybe.
Yeah,
We
it's
don't know
exactly,
yet.
eventually. Yeah. No, he's-
And which Ellie? Are we talking Last of Us 1 or Last of Us 2? I feel like there's a little difference between the two.
Ah,
Mm.
good point. Good.
I think
The
I think
older
we're
one,
comparing
yeah.
to Last of Us 1,
Yeah.
right?
I was thinking
Nah,
the older one. Yeah.
Just
so-
go older.
She can lull me to sleep
More
with her guitar.
resourceful.
That'd be kind of pleasant, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go to sleep, take on me every night.
More-
It'd be pleasant.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go Ellie just because that one scene where you had to play Ellie and you had to protect Joel, like he was dying of like
Yeah.
COVID or something. I don't know what happened.
That was it. That was
But
it. You got
like,
it.
she like legit like had to get medicine for him, and like was like you were taking her with the bow, and I was like, damn, she's kind of badass. Like, all right,
Yeah.
taking
Good
her.
point.
Fair.
I think this one's pretty easy for everyone. Who would you rather go hand-to-hand combat with, Kratos or Mr. X from Resident Evil 2?
That's a good one.
There's multiple layers to this. I
Yeah.
think there is. So Kelv, who you pick in a fight? You're dying either way, but like,
Yeah, you're gonna die either way. Which is the worst way to die?
Yeah.
Which
essentially is what this
which
question is.
which Kratos are we getting? Are we getting God of War 3 Kratos, where he's ripping heads off and
Oh
stuff?
my god!
Or are we
yeah.
getting more mature, wise Kratos?
more
who will,
father Kratos?
Yeah, like the
Ah.
more like mercy snap Kratos.
I guess that like since Mr. X has no reasoning, he's just a walking machine. We're
Three.
gonna go with God of War 3 Kratos.
Yeah.
where he's just like,
Ugh, Mr. X, then I don't,
Yeah.
I don't want that to happen to
Mr.
me.
X.
Yeah,
He's
dude.
gonna
yeah.
peel me
What like
apart.
what does Mr. X do when he gets you? Like
A haymaker? Just a giant
He
haymaker.
just-
he punches
That's
so
more
hard, you
pleasant
explode.
than
That's fine.
slowly
I can
cranking
take
your
that.
head off. Yeah.
yeah, I can take that because I don't want like Helios where you're just getting your head ripped off.
Dude,
It's
yeah.
just- that's
Yeah,
cool.
Put
Kratos
my
takes
head
a
in his
little bit too
bag
much
like a little
pleasure in
flashlight.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a quick time event. That's not fun.
yeah. Dude, God of War 3. Speaking of God of War, that was my favorite God of War game.
It's great.
God of War
It's just
3,
ridiculous.
my favorite. And that's why I guess I had that disconnect with 2018s because I was like, this is great. I love it. But this
Not
just
a 3.
doesn't, it just, this isn't 3. This is not 3.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point.
That's
I
fair.
digress.
Here's the thing about God of War 3. God of War 3 is the game where like they do like the mature rating, right? And you're like, you play some games, you're like, it's not that bad. Like it's just, whatever. And then you like God of War 3. It makes you think twice about letting your kids play that game because you're like, I don't think you should play this.
Yeah, that's hard pass
Yeah,
for my kids.
That's a rough one. Yeah.
It came out the right times in my life. I was that young, like,
Yeah.
blood.
This is edgy.
Teenager angst. Like, you're like, yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, I'm a refined young man now for 2018. That's what Corey Balrog said. The old God of Wars were like heavy metal, and this one is a smooth jazz. Like you talked about 2018. I'm like, all right, that's fair.
I like that.
That's a good analogy.
Last one for the Would You Rathers. Kel, by the way, good job on this because this is the first time we're doing the Would You Rathers.
Questions, dude.
So
fantastic.
Oh,
thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Which universe would you rather be thrown in? Resident Evil or Dead Space?
Neither.
Another catch-22.
I'm taking Dead Space. I mean, no, I'm not taking that. I'm taking Resident Evil. I'm not doing the space thing. No, those necromorphs.
Necromorphs. Fuck off. Resident Evil. Which Resident Evil? I guess you know what I mean. Like, are we
the
going
mansion,
into
are we
like
Raccoon City?
Yeah, are we doing Los Blagos, whatever it is? Or are we doing
like are we
zombies?
doing 4? Because
are we doing African zombies? Or are we doing
Resident Evil 4? I can kind of digest a little bit more. They're not as scary, I feel like,
So since Dead Space has like a more variety of like monsters and necromorphs, let's do 7 because there's a lot more varieties and enemies there.
Fair enough. Okay.
I'm gonna go RE7. I think just because I feel like I have more of a fighting chance.
He's a human.
It's not much.
Yeah, he survives.
It's not much of a chance, but. Yeah, Dead Space is just too much for me, and I have no delusion that I'm going to survive Dead Space.
Yeah, Dead Space, you're instantly dead. Like there's something you can do. Yeah, but you get to see other planets and
That's fun.
be in space.
Pretty.
If you die,
get to that point, I think you're going to die the first 5 minutes you're there, bro. Like you're not going to make it. I think that Resident Evil, I would just survive for 10 minutes and be fine with that.
That's about right. At least 10 minutes.
Catch a glimpse of Jill maybe, and then be like, all right, that's not bad.
And then you just gotta shoot him in the head. That's all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't lie,
totally
guys.
agree. Resident Evil. Yeah.
You guys are doing it just so you can see Lady D. That's the only reason why I think of Resident Evil.
Hey.
See the solar systems, or see big vampire mommy. You really
planets are those planets.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit. Well, that was fucking awesome, guys. Appreciate that. We'll definitely have to bring that back, Kel, for next time.
Cool.
Let's finish this podcast strong and let's do some gaming trivia. We're gonna do Genre Geeks versus the gaming duo. Who wants to go first?
Why am I nervous?
I guess let's go first, Heath. Let's ask our questions first, or
Sure.
our first one first.
All right, what's the first one?
Which one do you want to do? You because you have 2. We have one that's a sound clip, and then I think I have 2 as well.
I like the sound clip. Nice. Okay,
I'll go first.
Go ahead, Heath.
Okay.
All right. So, released in Europe and North America as a Super Nintendo. What was the console called in Japan? And bonus points if you can see what it's called in South Korea.
These aren't multiple choice.
Do you want to be multiple choice?
That would have been fair.
That's fine.
Oh wait, are any of these multiple choice that you picked?
No.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
we can do that.
Shit. All right. No, that's fine. No. Don't. We got this. All
right. The Super Nintendo, what it was called in Japan, and extra points for Korea.
Yep.
Do you know the answer, Kel?
I have no fucking clue.
I know the answer. I think I know the answer.
You think you know? Okay.
I think I know.
Yeah, give me a second. Calm down, Rob. Calm down. What was the original?
I wish we can go into breakout rooms and kind of talk. I think we probably could do that on this, but
no. I mean,
while they're thinking, AJ, think of multiple choices for your questions.
Just give us hints. If we ask for a hint, be like, can we get
there
a
hint?
You
go.
That's fair. That's fair.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say it was the Super Famicom, right?
Nailed it. That's Japan.
Wow. Good shit, dude.
I just knew it the whole time. I was trying to give you a chance.
Nailed it.
Good shit.
Kel, you want to?
I wish we had noises here. Ding ding.
Oh, I kind of hear. I can do a little something. Well, that's not.
Did we have it on there? I don't think we have the noises, but we can always add them later too.
No.
Yeah, you got it right. Awesome.
Yay.
There you go.
All right. So, my turn. I pick.
Yeah.
Damn it. So we based our questions kind of like our topics that we discuss. So if
Oh,
you're paying
nice.
attention,
That was smart.
Ooh.
We should have done that.
Now
That
there's a
would've been smart thing to
quiz.
do.
Hope yeah.
what is the name of the protagonist of Star Wars Unleashed game?
Oh gosh.
This is
I
multiple
know
choice.
this one. I know the
is
last
it
name.
A, Star Killer.
No,
B,
no multiple
Oh,
choice.
no.
That's fair.
Oh,
If we're not giving you
okay.
multiple choice, that's kind of fair.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough.
I do know it is Star Killer because I
Star
remember that
Killer.
was a dope name.
Did he have an
and-
actual name?
I don't know what his first name.
I don't know
is.
what the actual name
Cole?
is.
I know you by
I don't know.
Star
It was
Killer,
some like
though.
boring, it was some boring vanilla name, but Star Killer
Yeah.
always stood out.
that
It's
is
a dope
that is
name.
pretty cool.
That's
Yeah,
correct.
pretty cool.
Yes.
Awesome. I love
yeah.
that.
So no multiple choice then, guys. Moving forward,
Yeah,
it's
let's
gonna
do
be
it.
a lot. Okay.
It's
All
got to
right,
be
fine.
fair. As we,
All right.
I don't want because I will clarify with mine. Okay, so aside from Call of Duty and Ark, which are both, they encompass more than just a single game. What is the largest video game in terms of file size right now?
I think I know the answer.
Interesting.
I'm not
Call
gonna
of Duty
say.
is like 1,000 because there's all the different iterations. Stuff
I
of
was
it,
gonna
and-
say Call of Duty, but that's you just said
Call of Duty
inside.
is number 2 and Ark is number 1 in terms of actual like just pure big game. But those are also they encompass like a ton of DLCs and stuff like this.
Okay. So
Is a
what's the actual
proper
question
game.
then?
What video game has the biggest file size in terms, so not Call of Duty, not Ark though. There's like
I think I
bought
know.
it on the PlayStation or Xbox, and oh my god, how big is it? Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know it, Kel?
Do you know? Like, are you more confident? 'Cause you're probably-
I'm not confident in it, so
You can both
All
go.
right.
You get two guesses.
I'm gonna say
Fair.
Red Dead Redemption.
Good.
2.
That's not. Nope. That's a big one though. That's number 5. It's in the top 10. That's like 150 gig is RDR2.
Okay. All right. Damn. All right.
Oh,
Rob.
all right, I'll take a stab at it. Witcher 3.
That's what I would have guessed.
No, but
That's
that is
the one.
actually also a good guess. I think it's on the top 100. No, I didn't even play
GTA?
this one. I don't know anyone who played it. Quantum Break is
Wow, would have
178
never gotten
gig.
that.
Really?
Never
Quantum
gotten
Dreams.
that.
Yeah,
That's a
Quantum
good
Dreams. That
question.
The
cinematic
third
crap.
biggest, and then it goes Destiny 2, and then Call of Duty, RDR2, Final Fantasy 7. But yeah, Quantum
Very
Break. I guess
interesting.
really that game, and it's not even that like from what I understand, it's not even that good, and it's that big. What the crap?
I think because the
Wow.
It looks
there's a
gorgeous.
shit ton of cinematics in that game.
Yeah.
Yes,
Makes sense.
Interesting.
Kinda
That's a
doubt
good
that.
question.
I
Alright.
couldn't have answered it. I literally just was like, what's a hard question that I don't know the answer to?
All right. Rob.
All right, I'll ask this one, Kelv. Name one game Saber Interactive has made.
Oh Jesus. Okay, well, you
this
just
is
went over
this
it.
is your move. Saber
Uh,
Interactive is so familiar to me.
it's sad because we just literally looked at this crap. Uh,
So we did it.
So Star Wars games, they made a crap ton of those, and
I
my
showed you
favorite
the
Star Wars
website.
game is Republic Commando. So I'm gonna go with that one.
Yeah, Republic Commando is one.
Is that one? It's being awfully quiet.
No, it's not, right? Because I think that's Asper. I don't think it's Saber
Damn.
Interactive.
No.
I don't think I can name it. I don't know.
I think
I think it's Asper. Yeah. Let me
Okay.
triple check for you, but I have the. Yes. Yes. You're incorrect. Sorry. It is
Damn.
Asper.
I don't even have a dart to throw. I don't know. I know I've seen the name Saber Interactive pop up when I started a game at some point in my life. I couldn't tell you which one though.
they don't really have a lot of games.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it.
So
Right
Yeah.
there. That's all I got right there.
That's
Evil
why Evil
Dead.
Dead the game. I've been seeing that
Evil
trailer
Dead,
everywhere.
Space Marine. we got
Okay, I do love World War Z. That's on
World War
me.
Z is pretty fun.
That's my
Quiet
fault.
Place.
A quiet place.
I didn't even know I had a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't feel as bad then. There's not.
No,
there's
no.
not
That was a
No,
tough
it's
one.
like it's
Again,
you did
it was originally a multiple choice question, so it would have
That's
been a little
fine.
bit easier.
No, this is
but-
funner this way.
It's more fun than because making us stretch our muscles a bit. All right,
lay it
I guess
on
we
us.
we could do this one now. So Heath, go ahead. Let's do the sound clip one. But you go ahead and introduce it.
All right, so he's gonna play a sound clip. I want you to tell me what game it's from, and extra points if you can say what it's like, what the noise involves, like what cues this music.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Okay. I know already. It's
Rob,
Pokemon.
take it away,
Evolving,
take it away.
evolving. Pokemon evolving. That's it.
Nailed it.
Thank
Take
you.
it
Oh,
away.
Pokemon
boom!
evolving.
Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
Not even a second.
Good time to spare.
Did you look at this man's back, like the behind
Yeah, I
him,
see the
like he has like
Pokeballs behind
Pokemon
him. I
shit?
see.
You're
That's
welcome.
my
I did it
dude.
for you. I did it for you.
That
Thank
was
you.
all
Thank you.
for
Thank you.
him.
That's
Appreciate that.
perfect.
All right. Oh, wait, is it my turn? Your turn.
I believe it's
think
y'all's turn.
Oh
now.
yeah, I can go. What do I want? All right, you want to
Oh,
go?
he's gonna get. Oh, this actually has to be
Okay, that's fine. That's
of multiple choice because of
Okay.
the way we did it. So
Which question you're looking at?
I'm looking at this one. You have to read it as multiple choice.
Yeah. Oh, that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. I wasn't gonna go with that one, but I was gonna go with this one.
Okay. Well, I mean, we had to do all five. So whichever.
Yeah,
one we
yeah.
do.
But just because he did that one previously. All right. So, which of these was not an original Game Boy Color launch color? So this is another
Great question.
Love this
multiple
question.
choice. Is it grape, kiwi, dandelion, or cherry?
Good question. I can see all of them in my head. I don't know if I'm just being crazy right now.
Which of these was not an original Game Boy Color launch color? Grape, kiwi, dandelion, or cherry?
I had grape, so I know that is one.
Okay.
Heath, come on, man. Where are you?
I can't. We both guess. We get two guesses.
He just comes out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
get
Like,
to. Get to.
no.
Yeah.
I'm
What
thinking.
color was yours, man? You were a child.
Game Boy Color. I think mine was clear. Am I right? Am I remembering that
Oh,
right?
you had the
think mine was
90s one with all the
translucent.
innards. You can still see.
I
Yeah.
had the Pikachu one.
I
The
bought a
special
Pikachu
edition
one later. I don't know if that counted though. So I'm gonna go. I think Dandelion. I assume that's yellow.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
that was the original
All
one
right.
that came out.
So
It's
is
that
that
or cherry for sure. So we'll see.
I'll go.
so?
Dandelion.
Which one you guys saying? So
Okay,
which?
Go ahead, AJ. I'll put the
Dandelion.
nailed it.
Dandelion.
Yeah, and what about you, Heath?
I was gonna say cherry, but
Cherry's correct.
Cherry's correct.
All right.
Yep.
Really? They didn't
Yes.
launch in red? One of the most
They
popular
went those
colors?
Easter colors for some reason.
Yeah,
they
they
had
went
they
Easter
had a
colors.
magenta. It was like a magenta color.
Mhm.
I forget the name of the
Weird.
actual color, but it was they had berry was like that light blue.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
teal almost.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Interesting.
That was nice.
Yeah.
I might have gotten one of those too. I don't know. I went through like 2 or 3 when I was little because I inevitably like lose it I'll leave it in the shopping cart at Walmart when I was a
Oh
kid.
my God.
I know my Game Boy SP was Onyx. I remember that.
Oh, because you're super edgy and stuff. I had the basic
Super
silver
edgy.
one.
No, it was black. It was Onyx.
Oh
and
yeah,
black.
because it's black and cool, like my feelings.
Okay.
SP man.
There you go.
What
That
a-
was the
what a-
exact
It
one
is.
I had.
Oh, look
What
what's
up?
in there. Look what's in there. Guess
Red?
Oh, you can't actually
Pokemon
see
Red.
it, but it's Pokemon Red.
There you
Or
go.
Ruby.
Congrats.
red.
We've
It's
never
Pokemon Red.
surpassed
Right.
handheld devices after that. That was the single best handheld device. We've never
that
come
was it.
back.
Yeah.
That's it. Yep.
Fuck the Steam Deck. That
No,
shit.
SP was a pinnacle of handheld.
Yeah. Yep.
devices, 100%.
Heath, go ahead and ask your question.
All right. Okay. Let me pull it up. All right. What is the longest running video game franchise? Meaning from first release, had regular releases with no longer than 10 years apart.
I don't know this one.
Longest running video game franchise.
I feel like it's gonna shock.
So this could
us.
mean sequels or it could mean the same game just keeps coming out.
it's gonna be some bull crap like the
I
Simpsons or
have
something.
Yeah, I have something in my head.
GTA.
Is that your final answer? Coach?
5?
Or it would be
Just
just
franchise.
It'd be a
in general.
franchise. so
Oh,
big
franchise.
franchise.
Sorry. Yeah, GTA. Yeah. That's my answer.
My answer is gonna be Madden.
Ooh,
Ah,
These are
that's
great
what
answers.
a smart move.
that's
These are
very
great
smart.
answers. I'm sorry about these questions. They're a little bit too hard.
no, that's
Uh,
fine. I
it's,
don't
No,
know.
we're just
No, I'm-
stupid. We're just dumb.
No.
That's all.
It's Oregon Trail. Have you guys ever played Oregon
what?
Trail?
Fucking kidding me?
Apparently,
They're re-releasing Oregon
apparently
Trail.
it's been re-released for the past like 52, 42 years, something like that.
Is there like a VR experience that I missed out
Apparently just
on?
You didn't
that-
even know
re-released.
about it. Your freaking co-host didn't even know about that. What the hell?
Oregon Trail? What
Because
a
I was
dark
thinking,
horse.
my first guess was like it's Mario or Pong, right?
Yeah,
Pretty sure
I
it's
figured it'd be
Pong.
Mario.
No, for some reason, Oregon Trail took the cake.
Oh, Tetris would have been a good one too.
Or
They would
Tetris
keep-
would have been, yeah.
Yeah.
These are three,
RuneScape
like,
That is
probably
good
would have
one.
been a good one.
these are like three ones are like, yeah,
No.
for
Yeah.
sure it's Pong, Tetris, or Mario or something. But no,
Yeah,
apparently
Mario.
Oregon Trail
Dang.
the crap.
I was doing Madden because like they release one every single year.
That's
Yeah,
really
that
smart.
was-
like
that
since
was a
like
very
the
good
one.
mid '90s, so like
Yeah,
makes so much
exactly.
sense.
That would have made sense.
Yeah,
Dang.
apparently since like the 70s or something, it's been like just
What have they
You,
added?
you,
to Oregon Trail?
you misunderestimated us. We're called the Gaming Duel Podcast, but we're not like the
No,
smartest
you're-
like
No,
podcast.
see, the
about when
thing
it comes
is,
to
like,
gaming.
I've also realized a lot of my questions are like dated questions,
oh,
and you guys are
gotcha,
like pulling
gotcha.
from like recent stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
all
all good.
good.
It's all good. It's all funny games. Rob?
Okay. This one, you guys, I No, I'm not gonna give you multiple choice for that. Fuck that. All right.
Yeah.
No, fuck you guys.
Oregon Trail, man. We don't deserve a freaking multiple.
Who was the voice actor for the Black Panther DLC for the Avengers game?
I
Okay.
think I know this.
If
one.
you know this, I'll be so mad.
It was not Homeboy.
No, it wasn't Chadwick Boseman.
No.
Was it Chris Judge?
Fuck! He got it.
Let's
Wow.
go, baby.
First shot, bro.
Shit,
God of
dude.
War, baby. It's Kratos. Let's go.
God damn. I was like,
That was good. That was good.
nicely
See,
done,
we didn't
sir.
know you were this big of a God of War fan, so that
It takes a
Damn.
lot. I always have that weird thing where I don't like saying my favorite blank and it being new because it's like,
Mhm,
oh, the older stuff, stood the test of time.
Right,
Sure,
right.
sure.
God of War, I was like, screw it. It was like 2019. I'm like, screw it. Favorite game. I've enjoyed this
That's a
too
damn
much.
good game. No one's gonna
Damn.
fault you. No one's gonna be like, no, that
Yeah.
game sucks.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm sure
Yeah.
there's those people out there, but come on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
screw them. I don't
yeah,
care. All right. Our last question.
Okay.
We have more?
And this is our last one.
It's the
This one
last
is a
one
little
here.
bit tying a little bit of the bridge between us. So video games have been adapted into movies quite a bit. Typically not great. What is the highest ranked in terms Rotten Tomato
Did we? Okay.
video game
Let's
adaptation?
go. We got this.
You got this
shit.
one?
I got this shit. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Go ahead.
Angry
We just talked
Birds
about
2.
this.
That's number 2. I'll give you a
Wait,
second
what?
guess. That's the number 2. That has 73%. Number 1 has an 86% certified fresh. Means it has over 100 critical reviews that say it's fresh.
I'm gonna look it up, Kel. I'm
This
not gonna
came out
cheat.
last year.
You're good?
This is also kind of bullcrap, but it's
Came out last year.
counts. It came out last year.
Oh, dig deep. Don't let my sacrifice be in vain. Come on.
That
All
was
right.
number 1 though until last year. So you had one of the bullets in the chamber.
Oh, fuck. All
And
right.
it's a movie or a show?
It's a movie. It came out last year.
All right. I'm gonna fuck this up. I'm sorry, Rob. Is it Mortal Kombat?
No, this
It's
one's
not.
again kind of bullcrap. Werewolves Within.
What?
That's not a video game.
It's
That's
a
not a
video
thing.
game. It's a video game, and it has the chick from the it has the hot chick from the AT&T commercials.
Oh my!
Flo?
Really?
Not Flo,
Yeah,
not Flo.
she's in it. I recognize the lead. I think it's Sam Richardson. He's been in a few comedic stuff. I didn't want to believe it, but it is based on a video game. But yeah, Angry Birds 2 is the more recognizable one.
We'll give it to you.
God damn it.
We just did a trivia question about that last
Did you?
episode, so that's why we were like hyped about that.
Werewolves Within came multiplayer VR game on the Rift and PSVR. It came out 2016.
I think I didn't count that. I think I saw that and I was like, no,
not
we're
a
not.
game.
We're not
That's
gonna
why
count
I'm
that one.
inclined to give you the
Yeah.
point for Angry Birds because I didn't know that was a game.
My first thing is that's a
Werewolves
board
Within.
game.
Yeah, it feels like the Town of Salem type of thing. I think that might be what it
Exactly.
is. It might be what it is, honestly.
Interesting.
Just a VR
interesting.
werewolf
Also,
version
has
of it.
anyone been keeping record? Probably not.
They're gonna win. They're gonna, especially
haven't.
after
we
this
lost.
loss.
Okay.
Yeah, they're-
We came swinging with way different kind of questions.
It's
We
all
talked about it
good.
too. Like I was like, AJ, like how hard we go? He's like, let's get like 2 easy ones, 1 medium one, and then hard ones. And
Well, this is the problem when we do trivia. Like all of our guests, we're like, all right, this is gonna be like we're gonna kill them. Like they're not gonna get any of these questions, and then they end up just murdering all these questions. I'm just like, holy fuck!
So you
like,
go, you have to
Jesus.
crank the dial a little bit harder every time.
Yeah, seriously. Actually, there was
Before-
one. I think it was the Gaming Together podcast we did. I asked them for the weight of the original Xbox.
oh my
That's
god,
some bull crap,
That's
dude.
bullshit.
Did they get
Yeah,
it?
That was bullshit.
I made it
No,
multiple
he didn't
choice,
get it.
so
Okay.
but he didn't get it. But
I was like,
Rob
holy crap,
likes to
if they
sneak
knew
in
that.
those. Yeah, Rob likes to sneak in those fucked up questions.
Those are fun though. Those are the best kind because
Right,
then
yeah.
late some random information that just might save your life
Dude,
one
yeah,
weird
trivia
day.
night at the bar, and you're just like,
Exactly.
no
that's
way.
happened to me.
Shoots up.
That
Like, I
has
know.
happened to me, and it's glorious. That feeling is amazing. Where like that, you're like that piece of knowledge. Like yes,
Everyone was
I
like,
know.
"How the fuck do you know that?"
Yeah.
Like they're actually mad at you.
It's the best.
That's
All right, last question, guys.
Let's do it.
They're gonna get it.
Which is our question here? Oh, all right. Out of the 4 choices, who is not a multiverse character?
Crap.
Heath is not allowed to answer this question.
Let's do it.
Daffy Duck, Rain Dog, Johnny Bravo, or Danny Phantom? This is such a fucking.
So this is kind of a
bogus
meta question
now.
because you mentioned on the top, like on the top, is your
Yeah.
dream character, or that'd be the perfect bait where you sow that little nugget into me and I go like,
Right.
oh, I know the
Oh
answer.
yeah, I remember this conversation.
I gotta go. Johnny Bravo is not in the game yet, but I would have believed it if you would have told me he was.
So yeah, he's not in the game.
Oh, that was the question. Was that the question?
Yeah,
not.
which of the 4 choices?
R?
No, let
Mars.
me ask again. Out of the 4 choices, who is not a multiverse character?
We have a reverse actually. We messed
I
up.
think that's we fucked it up, right?
So out of these 4, which one is in the game? Which one's on?
Is in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Who is in the game?
Those are great. What was the dog again?
It's Rain Dog.
Rain Dog. That's the dude from Adventure Time, right? Or is that something? Okay, I don't know. I never watched Adventure Time. All right. Daffy Duck has to be in the freaking game. He's the face, he's that dude. Oh man. Who is in the game? Screw it. I'll throw that dart. I don't think that the dog is in it.
So who is it?
Well, this question is so confusing at this point. I don't even know what the fuck.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think the dog is in it. Sorry. I
You think the dog is in the game?
You clarified. Yes. The dog is in the game.
He is in the game. You
are correct. Yeah,
I
we
phrased
fucked
it poorly
up
that time.
Yeah.
Well, we
that was on
fucked
me.
up in the beginning.
In my head, I was
got the right answer.
In my head, I was answering the question, and then it just came out like just mouth diarrhea. But yeah, that was actually. I really was gonna. I was like, Daffy Duck is such a clear person to be in the game. It's like I feel like that's the red herring.
He should be. He has to be.
He will be. He will be.
I thought. Didn't I see a clip for like Duck Dodgers or something in the skin? Was that made up?
Probably.
I thought I saw like a skin of that or something.
Maybe.
Oh man.
Something like that.
At this point, I don't know what's a real leak or not. I mean, none of them are real.
Yeah, you think the Smash Bros leaks were believable and stuff.
Yeah,
This is
right.
anything, dude.
100%.
But no, thanks. That was a ton of fun. I appreciate that, guys. This has been a really
For next
great
time we know multiple choice and
Just tone it down for us, Heath.
Well,
all right?
Give us
Yeah,
a handicap. Give us a handicap.
give us a break, all right? We're not that like inclined into the gaming industry.
We know to avoid Pokemon questions, and you all know to avoid God of War questions. So,
Yeah,
there you go.
Literally. Thank you guys so much for joining the podcast. Seriously, I had a blast doing this.
It's our pleasure, man.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun
we'll
time, for
definitely
sure.
have to do it again sometime, and we'll play some games. If you want to take this moment to kind of plug your podcast in, where can we see you? Where can we, when you guys post, all that fun stuff.
Absolutely, man. We post every Wednesday. Our main show, our GG episode, comes out. That's the nerdy news and shenanigans. We also do a segment called Geeks Rants About, which is more of our, I say anything, but it's movies, I think 100% of the time thus far. Movies, TV shows. I know, because we covered Obi-Wan. So yeah, it's movie shows that we tend to review things or discuss. We don't review, we discuss with our rants about. We also have Geeking Out With, which is an interview show that I just did an episode with a gentleman named Ira Marks, who is a comic writer and an artist. He has a book called Shark Summer that was incredible. I can't wait to drop that at the time of recording next week. Every Wednesday, every Friday, typically every Friday is when our Geeking Out comes out. And yeah, our GG 100 is coming out next month. We're really excited for that. It's our 100th main show episode. We're giving away, I'm holding in my hands right now, we have Everything Everywhere All at Once Blu-ray and Everything Everywhere All at Once Walmart exclusive 4K. We're giving these out to whoever the top 2 favorite questions, because our 100th episode is not going to be a traditional episode for us. It's not going to be nerdy news or anything. It's 100% shenanigans, just us as friends recapping 100 main episodes and answering your questions as the listeners. We've got a ton of really good questions sent in. It's going to be kind of hard to pick our top 2 favorites, but that's not happening till mid-August. So you guys still have the chance at the time listening here to participate. The Genre Geeks, all the social media stuff. You can find us at Genre Geeks.
Perfect.
Awesome. Anything to add, Heath?
nope. I think you got it all.
Awesome.
Come review if you are inclined to on Spotify. Give us 5 stars if you're nice enough.
Yeah, same for us. If you could leave the Gaming Duo 5 stars,
go.
that'd be great too. I would love that. Kelvin, anything before we head out?
Nope, just check us out, gamingduopod.com if you like our content, and just follow us on social media, and it was a pleasure, having you guys on our show.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, man.
Yeah, I think you guys have the record for the most amount of time with a guest on the show.
All right.
I think so. I think it's on brand with you guys, because I know your episodes can be I think around 2 hours long.
We aim for an hour and a half every time, 100% clear. We
Yeah.
overshoot every time. We aim for an hour and a half.
Yeah, it's gonna be an hour and a half. 3 hours go by. Just
Oh,
like,
dude, the
all right.
lies I
time.
told my wife of, hey, when are you going to be done? Oh, hour and a half.
Don't
2.5
get me
hours
started,
later.
man.
Yeah.
I get a text. I'm like, oof.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at
He's
this
looking at
text
me
until
like-
it's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been outside
Finish
today.
this up, bro. Like it's over.
Anyways, thank you everyone so much for listening, and we'll catch you next week. Again, thank you again, guys, Aj and Heath, and go listen to Genre Geeks on Spotify or any of your favorite podcasts. All right, good night, guys. Thank you.
See you guys.
Yep.
Bye.